Chosen one, the bank sent you funds. Listen before you check. This message is not about waiting for a transfer to be approved. It's already been sent. Spiritually, energetically, prophetically, the funds have moved. The transmission has left the vault. What was once pending is now processing. What was once promised is now released. But here's the revelation. Before you rush to check the numbers or open the app with trembling anticipation, you must listen. There is something deeper going on than just digits on a screen. This isn't about a transaction. This is about a confirmation from God that something greater is unfolding, and the time you've been sensing, praying for, and dreaming of has officially arrived. Quiet your spirit for a moment and receive this with your whole heart. What is entering your life isn't just money, it's meaning. What is showing up in your account is only a small sign of what is being deposited into your destiny. This video carries more than words. It carries weight. Watch this video until the end, because your energy is part of this unfolding. And write your warmest wishes in the comments, and write Amen along with the number 777. Every word written holds vibration. Every wish spoken brings more light into motion. Let your energy contribute to this miracle and help energize the field around all chosen ones. Something major is being activated, and your participation calls it in faster. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. So let's speak this clearly, without delay and without dilution. The bank, physical and spiritual, has sent what is yours. For many of you, this was locked away, delayed, held up, blocked by systems or people who thought they had authority over your overflow. But what they forgot was that your provision wasn't tied to their permission. God had already stamped it as sent in the heavenly system. And when God says sent, no man can unsend it. When God releases it, no force can recall it. It moves forward with divine velocity, with the signature of heaven on every coin, every figure, every miracle that's now materializing. You need to understand this. Your wealth isn't random. It was assigned. God wrote your name on the blessing a long time ago. This transfer isn't just financial. It's foundational. It marks a shift in your life structure. It changes the way you relate to your reality. It takes you out of survival mode and places you into strategic movement. You're no longer grasping. You're governing. You're no longer applying pressure. You're walking in favor. The difference is divine. The flow is fixed. You're in the season where you no longer beg for breakthrough. You expect it. And not out of arrogance, but out of alignment. Because finally, the universe is echoing back what you've already been showing up as. Listen before you check, because checking prematurely may distract you from what's really happening. The bigger miracle isn't the money, it's the moment. It's what's happening in you. It's what's shifting in your atmosphere. This isn't just an answer to prayer. It's the evolution of your entire frequency. The chosen one is rising, not just in wealth, but in wisdom. And God is making sure that your next season isn't just funded, it's fortified. There was a time when you questioned whether anything was ever going to move. Whether all those long nights, faith-filled declarations, and silent tears were building anything. You wondered if you had been skipped, if you had been forgotten, if you were somehow missing the formula everyone else had figured out. But this right here is the proof that you weren't being ignored. You were being prepared. You weren't being blocked. You were being buffered from premature exposure. Because God never wanted you to touch the funds until your soul could hold the weight of what came with it. You are not the same person who started this journey. You've been tested, pressed, misunderstood, lied on, broken, and built again. But through it all, your integrity stayed intact. That's why the Bank of Heaven responded. That's why the flow began. Because favor is drawn to integrity. Because miracles chase those who don't chase clout. You passed the test, and now it's time for the transfer. The evidence is en route. The notification is near. But before it lands in your hands, it must first rise in your understanding. The moment you grasp that this was spiritual before it was visible, that's when you're ready to receive it with grace. What's coming isn't just for bills, it's for blueprint. God is funding your future, not just your past due. The money is meant to build, not just to bail you out. And that's the mindset shift that changes everything. Because once you realize this is an assignment, not just assistance, you start treating your provision like the power it truly is. You move differently, you spend with purpose, you invest in your impact, and you never again doubt if you're worthy of overflow. You walk like it was always yours. This isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's not about flaunting. It's not about validation. It's about completion. You are stepping into the fulfillment of promises made to your bloodline, promises whispered to your ancestors, promises seeded in your soul before you ever knew what they would cost. And now the cost has been paid by your discipline, your pain, your obedience, your tears. God kept the receipts, and now heaven is releasing the refund. You need to know this, and know it deeply. You're not getting lucky. You're getting what was already yours. The delay wasn't denial. It was calibration. It was timing. It was preparation. The reason it's landing now is because now is when you can carry it without it crushing you. This version of you, this healed, elevated, battle-tested version, is the one God was waiting for. Not the one who is anxious and afraid, but the one who is now clear and centered. The one who doesn't need proof to believe, because your faith is stronger than your fear. And that's who the funds were reserved for. The bank didn't just send money, it sent momentum. Watch closely. Once one miracle hits, the others will follow. Once one transfer clears, a series will begin. This is the spark, the ignition, the trigger point for a divine chain reaction that will shake everything around you into order. And what seemed like chaos before will start to make perfect sense. The closed doors, the sudden endings, the strange delays, all of it was coded. All of it was set up. God was aligning the route for your riches, not just financially, but fully. And now that you're here, now that you've arrived at this exact frequency, you'll see why nothing else worked. Because this was the plan all along. So hear this loud and clear. You're not waiting for a blessing. The blessing is waiting for your recognition. The second you stop searching and start seeing, you unlock the floodgates. You begin to witness the resources that were always right near you. You notice the open doors that were waiting for your boldness. You identify the people already aligned to assist you. It's already moving. The only thing left is your awareness. Let this be your awakening. Don't just check the bank. Check your spirit. Feel the expansion. Notice the shift. Pay attention to the atmosphere around you. The universe has changed its posture. The wind is blowing in your favor. You're walking under a new decree. You're being carried into rooms you didn't apply for, onto stages you didn't expect, and into abundance you didn't chase. All because you stayed true to the call. You stayed faithful in the drought. You trusted when you had no proof. And now the proof is about to surround you. You'll notice this shift in strange ways. Sudden peace in situations that used to overwhelm you. Clarity in areas that once confused you. Unexpected emails. Surprise deposits. Conversations that feel divinely orchestrated. You'll wake up and feel that you've been chosen. Not because something around you changed, but because you did. That's the mark of favor. That's the signal that God has made his move. And now, chosen one, it's your move. But remember what this moment really means. Don't rush past it. Don't minimize it. Let it sink in. Let it crown you. Let it remind you who you are and what you carry. You're not just here to receive funds. You're here to transform with them. You're here to break generational patterns, to build something holy, to walk with wealth the way you walk with wisdom, humbly, boldly, and intentionally. God didn't bring you this far to tease you. He brought you this far to trust you. That's what this is all about. Trust. Not just you trusting God, but God trusting you with more. And now that the trust has been tested and proven, the delivery has been authorized. The bank sent you funds, but heaven sent you favor. And that is what you're really walking in now. Get ready, chosen one. It's already yours. Chosen one, the moment you've stepped into is heavier than you think, but not in burden, in blessing. In part 1, we spoke of what's been sent to you. Now, let's go deeper into why it's been sent. You've been trusted with funds, not because you asked, but because your life answered. Your energy responded to the frequency of divine assignment, and your spirit said yes before the funds ever moved. That yes from your soul, even in silence, even in suffering, is what opened the vault. The money is the response. The miracle is the receipt. You didn't manipulate this. You magnetized it. This second chapter of your story is about recognition. Now that the bank has sent the funds, and now that God has unlocked this transfer, you must see it for what it is. Sacred alignment. You didn't beg for this. You became this. You evolved into the version of yourself that could carry wealth without becoming lost in it. You stopped idolizing the blessing and instead began embodying the truth. And that's what called it in. Your internal shift created an external flood. You showed the universe that you were no longer scared to succeed, and that courage became the currency. Here's what few understand. Money follows meaning. Energy follows clarity. And miracles follow obedience. You made decisions when no one was watching that positioned you for public reward. You kept moving through confusion. You kept walking when you were weary. You believed when believing hurt, and God saw all of it. That's why you're receiving now. Not because you're lucky, but because you are chosen. This chapter is where you realize that every restriction had a reason. Every rejection was a redirection. All those closed doors weren't punishment. They were protection. God didn't let certain things land because they would have corrupted your vision. The wrong partnerships, the false opportunities, the counterfeit connections, all filtered out for your good. Now that the authentic has arrived, you must treat it with the reverence it deserves. You're not being funded for fun. You're being funded for function. There's a work inside you, a vision you've carried, a responsibility embedded in your soul. And now that the provision has arrived, the pressure lifts. You're no longer trying to build with scraps. You now have divine material. The invisible is becoming visible. And all of heaven is watching you step into this moment with power. What's in your hands now came with weight. Not everyone will understand what just shifted in your life. Some will think you got a break, not knowing that your breakthrough was the result of spiritual discipline. Some will assume it came easy, not seeing the years you carried burdens in silence. But you're not here to explain yourself. You're here to execute. You've crossed into a new season, a funded season, a supported dimension, and from this point on, things won't move by force. They'll move by flow. You've paid the cost, and now the cost is paying you back. Time, energy, tears, self-control. These were your investments. The divine deposit is your return. Understand something profound. This isn't the end of the transfer. It's the beginning. What just hit your life is only the first confirmation. It's the divine alert, the first ping, the sacred notification. God is showing you that the gates are open, that the system is functioning, that the divine supply line is active. And because it's moving now, you must move with it. Gone are the days of hesitation. Gone is the season of questioning your readiness. You are not underqualified. You are not behind. You are not too late. The funds came now because you are now the version of you that can multiply what's been given. This isn't seed money. This is kingdom money. It carries intention. It seeks impact. It's looking for soil that will produce something that lasts. That's why it was sent to you. God saw the way you honored your lack, how you stewarded your small, how you gave when you had little, how you served when you were overlooked. And that's what made you the vessel. That's what made you the candidate for overflow. Chosen one, listen carefully. From this moment forward, don't act like you're broke. Not in mindset, not in self-talk, not in posture. Scarcity is no longer your story. Panic is no longer your pattern. Fear is no longer your language. You are fully funded by divine decree. The bank sent it. Heaven approved it. And your name was on the list. This is not the time to shrink. This is not the time to second guess. This is the hour of full embodiment. Your presence must rise to the level of your provision. Your thinking must match the territory you've entered. Your voice must now echo the vibration of one who knows they've been chosen. People will feel this new energy on you. They'll sense the shift, and they'll react. Some will celebrate. Others will question. A few may even distance themselves, not because of what you've done, but because of what you now carry. Don't take it personally. Some connections were only compatible with your previous season. Now that you're walking in favor, the circle will refine. And that's okay. God is sending new support systems, people who get it, who don't need proof, who walk with the same frequency of fire and faith. This transfer isn't just your miracle, it's your map. It's showing you where to walk next, what to build, who to trust, where to plant your gifts. Pay attention to where the ease lives. Notice what's flowing now. Watch what's opening without force. These are the signs. These are the divine instructions hidden in plain sight. The money is talking. The energy is speaking. The momentum is moving. And as it moves, remember this truth. You are no longer in the waiting room. You are in the vault. You've entered the treasury. You've been called into the space where wealth is spoken fluently, where overflow is expected, where miracles are tracked like transactions. But don't become obsessed with the funds. Stay in awe of the favor. Keep your eyes on the purpose, not the purse. The real treasure is in knowing God trusted you with this. The real miracle is that you didn't lose yourself in the waiting. And now that you're in the receiving, stay grounded, stay humble, stay focused. What's coming next will stretch your imagination. The zeros will increase. The opportunities will multiply. The reach will extend. But your peace must remain. Let the world change around you, but don't let it change you. Remember who you are. Remember how you got here. Remember what this is really about. Because what's coming next is larger than a deposit. It's a destiny. It's the unfolding of everything God whispered to you in private. And now, it's public. Now, it's visible. Now, it's undeniable. Get ready, Chosen One. You're just getting started. Chosen One, this part of the unfolding requires your full attention, because this is where everything begins to multiply. You've crossed the threshold, and now you're standing in the current of increase. The kind of increase that doesn't come with chaos, but with clarity. The kind that doesn't make you feel like you're grasping, but like you're finally grounded. The transfer wasn't just a moment, it was a portal. And once you walked through it, the atmosphere around your name changed. Permanently. What used to be blocked is now flowing. What used to be pending is now moving with momentum. And what once felt far is now in your grasp. This part is the confirmation after the confirmation. It's the part that proves you weren't crazy to believe. It's the moment that wraps itself around your soul and whispers, you were always meant for more. Every delay you went through, every financial wilderness, every night you wondered how long it would take, all of it was building the container that could now hold this kind of blessing without it leaking. Don't underestimate what's happening just because it's not loud. Some of the biggest blessings come in silence. Not because they are small, but because they are sacred. What the bank sent you isn't just a deposit. It's a declaration. It says that lack has no permanent address in your life anymore. It says that overflow isn't a dream. It's your new normal. It says that you've moved from hoping to having. You're not begging anymore. You're beholding. You're witnessing the manifestation of prayers you whispered when you didn't even have the strength to speak out loud. You're walking into spaces that were once visions. You're receiving with hands that once had nothing to hold. And the most powerful part? You still have your heart. You still have your humility. You didn't have to lose yourself to find this. This proves that you didn't miss your moment. You're right on schedule. In fact, the divine schedule is always ahead of time, even when it feels like a delay. What's arriving now was already en route long before you knew how to receive it. But the release couldn't happen until you aligned. God wasn't holding back to punish you. He was protecting the timing. And now that the timing is perfect, the release is unstoppable. There's a very specific energy around this part of the process. You'll begin to notice a deeper peace, the kind that doesn't flinch even when challenges rise. You'll feel more stillness in your spirit, not because everything is perfect, but because you are finally settled in your knowing. You know who you are now. You know what you carry. You're not doubting your role. You're not questioning your favor. You're not trying to convince anyone to believe in you, because you finally believe in yourself the way God always believed in you. The wealth that's arriving is responding to that version of you, the one who no longer chases, but magnetizes, the one who doesn't fear lack, because you've become the source of strategy and overflow. God is using this transfer to announce your readiness to the world. You're not just a receiver anymore, you're a releaser. You will multiply what has been given to you, not just for you, but for others connected to your calling. There is someone waiting on the other side of your obedience. There is a ripple effect built into your wealth. Every dollar, every confirmation, every deposit is a thread in a divine tapestry. When God funds a chosen one, He funds an entire movement through them. And that's what you're stepping into. Movement. Not just money, not just results, but legacy. Let that sink in for a moment. You're not being blessed just to be blessed. You're being positioned as a blueprint, a living reminder that God doesn't forget, that faith isn't in vain, that patience pays off in power, and that what's released in the spirit will manifest in the physical in due time. And chosen one, this is your due time. Don't expect everything to make sense immediately. Sometimes the numbers will show up before the understanding does. You may find yourself looking at confirmation emails, payment alerts, or sudden opportunities and asking, why now? That's okay. You're allowed to be stunned. You're allowed to pause and breathe it in. But don't let your surprise stop your movement. Just because it came suddenly doesn't mean it's unstable. This blessing has roots. It was grown, not thrown, and it will last.